everybody, and welcome to F1 Tonight UK. And we are here in the Canadian track of Gilles Villeneuve. But joining me in the commentary box this evening is Guido Eschen. Good evening, Guido.
Good evening.
How are you this evening, sir?
Well, fine. Thanks.
Well, good. Glad to hear it. Yeah. Everyone getting a nice view of my mid. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. Right. We are here at the Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve. I'm just trying to think what island it is. Ile de Nort, I think it is, in Montreal, Canada. And let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship to kick off with. Although, for some unknown reason, my desktop's coming up and I don't know why. Never mind.
Could you jump to spectator while you're in there?
No, not really. Anyway, so we've got Dylan Platt is running first on 100 points. Second is Phil Harris on 66. Third is Tom Stevens on 63. 4 is Sean Gregory, moves up to 4 from 5 on 62. His teammate Ross Milburn, he's on 52 in 5th place. 6, Callum White. 7, Adrian Rich. 8, Ryan Lear. 9, Jake Sorrell. And 10 is Gary McKenney. 11, Tony Foster. Jamie Good is 12. Josh Diggles, 13. Daniel Burt, 14. 15, Cameron Widdowson. 16, Tom Johnson. 17, Thomas Cook. 18, Jordan Marshall. 19, Jack Wilson. And 20 is Sean Street. My mistake. Thomas Cook is actually out. He's unfortunately not able to compete for the rest of the season. But we do have a new driver who is Ryan Grace. And he'll be joining his teammate Adrian Rich for this Canadian Grand Prix. Okay. Guido, what do you think of this table? Oh, and I've just changed it. It's looking tight, though. It's looking tight, though.
It is. You know, bets are still open.
Yeah.
But I've seen some stuff last week. It was pretty incredible, too.
Yeah, that is very true. I would agree with you on that. It was very interesting last week in Monaco. Obviously, we are now in Canada. But, we certainly saw a few interesting things happen on there. But that's for sure. Right, let's have a look at Constructors' Championship and how that is reflected in the Constructors. Leading the way is Alfa Romeo on 129 points. Second place, Toro Rosso move up to second on 114, taking that place from Mercedes, who dropped to third on 108. Then we have Rocket Williams on 66, Ferrari on 47. 6 is McLaren on 42, 7 Red Bull on 32, 8 is Haas with 28, 9 is the Racing Point team with 19, and bringing up the rear is Renault with 12. Sorry, Guido, I jumped the drivers there. Obviously, as we know, Ryan leading the way on 100 points. He's 36 points ahead of his next best rival, which is Phil Harris. But you can see it reflected here, obviously, with the team. 129, but still close. Toro Rosso 114 and Mercedes on 108. So it's still close between those top three, isn't it?
It is all to play for on those teams. 66 is they're gonna have to do very good to get close, but it's not undoable. Let's not forget anything can happen in these races.
Yep.
And don't forget in this one you got the Wall of Champions.
That is very true. Very true indeed. Let's have a quick look at the track now. So this is the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve here in Canada. As you can see, 14 corners, but circuit length 2.71 miles, race length 189.686 miles, and 70 laps is the total. 3 sectors, obviously. First sector, start finish, takes you up to just before the turn, or between turn 5 and 6. That's where your second sector starts. Third sector starts just before you get down to turn 10. Obviously, takes you over the start-finish line. 3 DRS points, but 2 DRS detection points. First detection point is just as you come into sector 2, and that starts out of turn 7, leading you down to 8. And then the second detection point is between 9 and 10. And there are 2 activations. First is after turn 12, leading you down to the final chicane of 13, 14. And the last one is out of 14, leading you down towards turn 1. A tricky track, this. I've got to say, I will mention it now. Who won this for the F1 Tonight Netherlands, Guido?
I think it was a McLaren driver.
I think it was a McLaren driver. I think it was yourself, was it not?
Oh, yes, it was.
Yes, it was. Well done, sir. But it was It was a tough race, though, wasn't it?
It was it was an awesome race. We basically had the strategy down as the way we wanted it. But it's it's a track I like, and you can do a lot of stuff here. Yeah, and if you keep to your strategy, things will happen.
Well, I did say I think it's a track that suits you because you're quite strong in Albert Park, Australia, as well. And this is a very similar track. Other than the difference, it's the same. It's on an island as well, but it is a very similar track, and it's got some really sort of fast sectors to it and some tricky corners, hasn't it?
Yeah. I think these tracks like Suzuka and Albert Park, it's kind of similar tracks.
Yeah.
Not too wide. And I like the chicanes. 3 and 4 is a wicked chicane.
Yeah, definitely. It's a nice chicane. But the tricky one is 6, 7, isn't it?
Yeah, 6, 7. Because you tend to go a bit early on the left side, and then you almost certainly get warnings and penalties and stuff like that because you're not on the track.
You need to cut the apex on 6 to carry the speed through and into 7, don't you? Otherwise, it's very, very slow indeed. So watch for that, and watch also for cars on the activation of that DRS because they get that sudden jolt. And if you're, not wheel straight, when you come out of 7 and you activate your DRS, you're going to know about it because you're probably going to end up in the barrier. Yeah. Turn 8, 9, obviously tricky as we know. We saw that in the real world of F1, but not so bad. Hairpin of 10, you've got to really get that lined up right, haven't you?
The hairpin is the one where you can really lose the most time. Because if you don't get that right, forget it.
It does make a hell of a difference, as you're right, to your overall speed and pace, obviously, as well. Then you've got, obviously, the DRS out of 12 brings you down to the chicane of 13, 14. As we know, the wall of champions, as you come out of 14, has claimed many a victim over the years, and indeed during the course of F1 Tonight as well. I should think it's going to claim at least 1 or 2 tonight as well, I think.
Well, it shouldn't have to claim people, but it's the possibility is there that they're going to hit it.
Yeah, definitely.
And it will cause some damage.
Oh, most definitely. So watch out for that. Okay, so we're just going to transition across now while we get things set up in preparation for the main event. We don't have all drivers participating, unfortunately, with us this evening. We do have 17 drivers. I just need to confirm who those are. I believe we do not have Jordan Marshall with us this evening, nor do we have Tom Johnson. And I think Phil Harris was a possibility as well. But we'll see how that turns out. We'll have a look at the drivers and their lineup. Adrian Rich is suffering a penalty, so he will be starting at the back of the grid, and that's the penalty from last week from Monaco. And the new driver, Ryan Grice, as a new driver, will also be starting at the back of the pack. So let's have a quick look now as we go across to the main event. They are already in that Q1 session. Adrian Rich has already disqualified himself, as he should do, to begin with. And just waiting for here, I think we're on board with Jake Sorrell. Stay on board with him because we're not too sure indeed what drivers are out, so it's just going to give us an idea effectively. Not actually. Oh, what have I done that for? I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something different for that.
I see Sean Gregory already retired this one because we got 2 DSQs. And so they're going to go ahead with 14 drivers into Q2.
Ah, right, yeah, so Adrian Rich is out, Sean Gregory is out. Sean Gregory, I don't know if he had a penalty. No, Ryan Grice did, so Ryan Grice didn't have a penalty, but he's a new driver. Maybe Sean Gregory had something happen to him on track. So we've got the drivers setting their times. Look at that, Sean Street with a 1:10 dead. Very good pace, I've got to say. That is a really good pace. Ryan Lear, a 1:10.3. I knew there was something missing. I hadn't actually selected the driver's tyres. So, yeah, they've both been done on the soft. A 1:10.3 from Jake Sorrell. Good run from him. That's just been beat by Tony Foster, the 1:10.022. Great run. Ferrari looking strong in the early stages of this Q1. Jack Wilson in the Williams, Rocket Williams there. He's just coming into the pits. He's done a 1:10.8. Cameron Wilson in the Renault, a 1:10.8 as well. Dylan Platt out on track at the moment. He's on the mediums. He's done a 1:11.8. But that's still quite a respectable time on those medium tyres. But sorry, Jack Wilson, I've missed that. Jack Wilson is actually... that's weird, I can't go back up again. Jack Wilson actually did his fastest lap on the mediums as well, 1:10.8. That's very impressive.
Sean Street put it up to 1:09.8.
Yeah, he has. Sean Street has improved on his time there, a 1:09.823. So rookie driver last week, Sean Street. Out of Canada,
the mediums.
Yeah. Well, no, he's done it. Dylan Platt's done it. Oh my goodness me! Look at that. That is amazing. Dylan Platt there has done it on the mediums. He set the fastest time of 1:09.0. 1:09.093. That's as good as 8/10 faster than the second place Sean Street. That is phenomenal, isn't it?
Wow.
That is fast. Yeah. That is seriously fast.
I think my queue time and Bus's queue time. Bus was in Q3 of Arnell. He was first, so he got pole, and I think I got a 1:09.4.
Yes.
And Bus was above that.
Yep. So
still
I think Bus actually got a 1:09.2, or was it a 1:09.022? I can't remember. But phenomenal pace there shown by Dylan Platt. Very, very impressive indeed, got to say. Especially bearing in mind he's on those medium compound tyres as well.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I mean, that just is, that is amazing. So good run there from Dylan. Gary McKenny, in the meantime, set the provisional second, fastest time in that McLaren. McKenny showing some good qualifying pace last week in Monaco as well. Did very well. Unfortunately, got involved in an incident. But a 1:09.8 from Gary McKenny, 8:03. So 2/100ths faster than Sean Street in P3. Tony Foster still in 4. Ryan Lear 5. Jake Sorrell 6, 7. Jack Wilson, Cameron Wilson is 8. Adrian Rich, as we know, is disqualified. And all 14 drivers will go through, so they don't necessarily need to set any times as such. Daniel Burt out on a set of softs in the Haas. Let's stick with him, see how he does on his run round.
It's always good to get a feeling, though, even if the first queue doesn't have any complication for whatever happens. Well, you could obviously wreck the car, but I think it's always good to have a few laps of feeling in the car, because you're going to lose the first set of tires anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true indeed. So it's always good, as you say, to just get, as you say, it's just getting a feeling really of how the track, how the track is running, etc. Certainly makes all the difference on these initial runs. So Daniel just coming over the line now. Not looking too shabby at this moment in time. I think it's going to be a 1:10. Oh no, it's a 1:09. 1:099 just in there. Daniel Burt, good move there from the Haas driver, and that puts him up into provisional P5 in this Q1 session. Good run. Cameron Widdowson, in the meantime, has set a time. I thought we actually had set one before, hadn't he? 1:10.8, yeah. Ross Milburn, Jamie Good, Tom Stevens still to set a time. Let's go with Tom Stevens. He is actually on the medium compound tyre. So let's see what Tom can deliver.
Yeah, you sound a bit snot.
Tom Stevens coming down that back straight now towards that final chicane. It's looking a good time, but not good enough, I think. He's going to bolt out of this one. Yeah, it's going to be not where he wants it to be, I think, Guido.
Sorry, I have to say I was not paying attention because I got a few messages in between.
It's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. You realise you've been recently promoted and now you're just taking messages. It's just not good enough.
Yeah, but they could be messages of F1.
They could be, but they're not.
No, they weren't. What was your question again, my friend?
I said Tom Stevens, a bit of a surprise there. Didn't expecting a faster time. Maybe he's going to go back round again and see if he can have another go, I guess.
Yeah, I think he's looking at pushing it now. It looks like he's got a bit of understeer, oversteer, understeer. I don't know if that's what the Xbox shows, or if it's really his aggressiveness.
Well,
that's getting a toe.
Got his teammate getting a toe.
Yeah, that's good. Whoa, that's so all. There you go.
He's starting on a fast one. Oh, he's done a 1:08.975. Oh my goodness me! There was me saying he wasn't going to get anywhere, and he was just waiting for that toe, wasn't he? That just came out of nowhere.
It didn't look that fast. I thought
it didn't look that fast at all. But he got that toe off his teammate, and that made all the difference. And it put him sub 109 into the 108 territory, and on those medium compound tyres. Well, that was perfectly timed, I've got to say, by the Mercedes team.
I got to run that by my teammate though. So Buzz, if you're looking, this is what we're going to do Thursday.
Yeah, trouble is you're not at Canada Thursday.
No. Well, we got wicked long straights as well on France.
Yeah, that is very true. France is a very, very fast track indeed. But, well, what a fantastic result there from Tom Stevens. Gets into the 108s. Sean Gregory hasn't set, so that's it, basically. So I think that's pretty much it. 3 minutes remaining. We may get some faster times, but everyone's going to go through. Remember, normally in the Q1 session, you go from 20 drivers down to 15 drivers into Q2. This case, we don't have, obviously, that case because we had Adrian Rich, who was suffering penalties, had to disqualify himself, and the new driver of Ryan Grice. There, that four left 14 drivers, so they've just gone out on track and basically had a bit of a jolly, really.
Yeah. I always think it's a lot of fun to qualify. It's a little bit of a chess game, and then seeing what you can do with the tires, and if you can save your tires to use it to your advantage in the race. I think it brings an extra dimension to it. Some people hate it, but I like it. It's just another piece of the game. Is his teammate waiting as well? To give him a toe? No. Ooh. That's a Grosjean there. Ericsson hit us. Very in the low gear. Gets on the grass. Oh! He caught a little grass on the left side. Easy. That ruins your tires there, and your run, obviously. No, I wouldn't. The risk with Codemaster's game is that if you stay out after the queue and you have to do your in-lap while your time is expired, AI will take over and it could smash your car. Because somehow in this game it does that.
Well, not what you want to do.
No, and it takes you out of the queues.
Well, let's see what he can do. Certainly going off that track wasn't what he was looking to do.
He's going again.
He's going again. Has he got what it takes though? Has he got enough? Well, he's got full ERS, so he's good to go.
Ooh. I don't know if that was a violation there. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was, because he slowed. I think he slowed down. Let's have a quick look. Well, he's going for it. Into 6 now. You can see you've really got to cut that apex to get the right exit on there. Down round 10 now. Got that DRS. What's he going to do? Oh, he dropped gear. What did he do there? Straight into the pit. But that was looking so good. I think he could have done a good time there, even after dropping that gear.
He already pulled back and he knew he wanted to come in. So he probably punched it a bit, but not enough to get a time, so that's why he quit it in the end.
Yeah, because I mean, I know he dropped that gear. I don't know, that was clearly a mistake that he made there. But he still could have made it, I think.
I don't know.
Well, that's where we are. The times remain as they were, other than obviously all the places, other than Callum reducing his time there to a 4:05. So there you have Mercedes, Tom Stevens, 108.975. Dylan Platt, Alfa Romeo, 109.093. 0.118, 1/10 off Tom Stevens. Jake Sorrell took that third with a 109.405 because Callum White did not better his time. So it was Jake Sorrell that actually took that third place in this Q2 in the Ferrari. Good run there from Jake Sorrell.
Yeah. And I'm very impressed by Stevens and Platt. That's incredible.
Well, both the top fastest drivers, Tom Stevens and Dylan Platt, achieved that on the mediums. That's only going to be what they're going to bring, surely, to this Q2 session, I would have thought.
Yeah, well, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to take the hard compound. Because in Monaco, it was the hard compound as well. And for 52 laps. So
yeah,
why
different
wouldn't they
track.
do something
I don't know.
like that?
I don't think you gain enough here with that hard compound. You can still go for a one-stop strategy at Canada. So from that point of view, I just don't think the hard brings anything to the party unless, you know, you have an incident, say at the beginning of the race, then, it might. But I don't know if there's enough in there. Looks like the Haas guy's going out. Dylan Platt is actually the first man out on track. So that's Dylan Platt in the Alfa Romeo. He's first man out on track. So we'll stay with him, see how he does. Coming round 3. Sorry, 7 that was, 6-7. Down now. Droite de casino. The right of the casino.
Oh, you talk a bit French, yes?
Ben oui, je veux parler un peu français.
Un petit peu français.
Non, un peu. So, round 11. Coming up 12. Gets that DRS. You can see that back wing open up there. So this is just his out lap. He'll be starting his fast lap proper. Let's actually go on board with him for that one. Sure, it'll be interesting. Yes, indeed, the games do begin. So remember, in this Q2 session, we'll go from the 14 drivers down to 10. Oh, Adrian Rich had to disqualify herself again. A little bit of a glitch there for Dylan on the exit of 2. A little bit of a wobble into 6 now. Watch him. Got to go right over that apex there to get the right angle into 7 and exit. Going down now towards 8, 9. Again, same thing. You've got to cut that first apex so that you can get the most out of the turn 9. Down into 10 now. Nicely done. Very nicely done.
Oh, he gets
looks like he's got a car in front of him. Don't know who that is actually. And it is his teammate. So has he got a tow? Has he broken the air enough for Dylan to take advantage of that?
Oh. He is a bit wobbly.
He is a bit wobbly. 111.4, but he has actually exceeded the track limits there, so he doesn't set a time. Daniel Burt sets a 110.431. So good run there from the Haas driver, Daniel Burt. But the new driver, Sean Street, sets the fastest time at this moment with a 109.69, and that's on the softs. But a good time from Daniel. Danny.
Oh, he broke the Daniel Burton didn't broke the car.
He's broken the car.
I don't know what happened. I saw him go straight.
Just on board with Jack Wilson, see if we can see what turn was that at, Guido?
It was, let me see, I think 4-5.
Yes, coming up to 10, so it's not there. Let's go on board actually with Ryan there, maybe. Platt actually. Dylan Platt says the fastest time. 109.250. So not quite to his Q1 standing, set a 109.093, remember, in Q1. That was on the medium tyres as well. And Danny Burt has been cleared from the track, so not too sure where that was, but we believe that was...
Yeah, it was turn 6.
Turn 6, okay, so it was turn 6. So
yeah, he went out straight. While he had to take the left, he turned out straight. And I don't know, maybe he braked too late.
Maybe so, missed his braking point. Jake Sorrell goes up to provisional 3rd in a Ferrari with a 110.6. Ryan Leah 4th with that 111. We know that can be better. Ross Milburn still to set a time. Cameron Widdowson looks like doesn't set a time. Jamie Good coming round now. Looks like he's on a fast lap. Let's go on board with the Racing Point driver.
As I always like to go a bit outside on that curb. Close to the wall as possible.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
goes wide round there. Not a good exit.
And that's the strange thing about that hairpin. It looks a bit weird, but it could be that he gained a lot of time by making a move like that.
He can sometimes. It all depends. But this is looking fast. This is looking very good indeed. Going to be a 109. Oh, 110.1. Oh. Well, Jamie Good still though puts him in that second row P3 for this Q2 session at this moment in time. And remember, the guys who start, the top 10 drivers that go through to Q3, whatever tyre they've set their fastest lap on will be the tyre that they start the race with. So that's why you're seeing a number of these guys going out on the softs, because that will give them a longer stint on the first leg, effectively, of their race. They have to pit at least once, and they have to change their tyres at least once. So a one-stop strategy is certainly achievable here in Canada. And those guys starting on the mediums, they'll be looking to, well, they've got an option. They can go on to another set of mediums, which is the more likely. They might push and maybe go to a set of softs. Something could go horribly wrong. They could come in and go on to hards. And indeed, we're seeing that Tom Stevens is actually coming out on track, and he is on the hard compound tyre.
He is 11th at this time.
He hasn't set a time as yet. And this is looking a good sector time so far. All depends on what he can do. Callum White goes fastest, man. 109.087. Still not broken that 109. Tom Stevens coming round now. Oh, power sliding out of 14 there. This is going to be a good time. This is going to be a good time. A 110.4, and that's on the hard compound tyre. Now, I said the hard compound tyre wasn't worth it here. I've got to say, well, with that sort of pace, then it is, but that's not the sort of pace you'd expect out of that hard compound tyre, is it, Guido?
No, definitely not. It's
I mean, to be fair, on a queue like this, you'd expect it 112. Yeah, Tom Stevens, yeah.
Yeah, but my time still hasn't come up.
It hasn't come up, sorry, it hasn't come up. He did actually lose it somewhere on the track, but he did set a 110.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he did exceed the track limits, which is why the time hasn't come up. I didn't actually clock that, but he did set a 110, so he can certainly do a qualifying time that'll push him through. Yeah. Just getting a bit of heat into his tyres there. His teammate legging him past. He's going to go for another run by the looks of it. Yeah, he's generating as much heat as he can into those tyres. Yep, now he's going to open up the valves. Has he got enough ERS? It's close. He's got enough. He's going to have to manage it.
Yeah, he's going to get some in the corners while braking here. And there is a bit of braking in this one.
Yeah, that has increased it slightly there. This is Tom Stevens we're on board with at this moment in time. His previous run went off track there, so didn't set a time, but we know that he did set.
Oh, power sliding.
Yeah, he is definitely power sliding. He hasn't quite got the heat in those tyres. Nicely round 10 though.
Well, you have to take into consideration how many laps he's driving already with this.
Look at this though, this is a good time he's got here. This is a good time. Look at that, a 109.8 puts him in provisional P5, but a 109.8, that's fantastic run. On those hard compound tyres, he's bettered the previous time, which was a 110, where he went off track. That is just unbelievable. That is rapid. that said, sorry, Jamie Good as well, second driver there in the Racing Point, has also set a 110.1, and that was on the hard compound tyre. He has actually now gone out on the softs, but he did set that on a hard compound tyre. Or did he? Oh. Actually, I'm just saying, I saw him hard.
I saw
he set it
I
on
saw that as well.
Did he actually
I
set
saw it on the hard tyre, and he's got the softs fitted. Yeah. So maybe he's waiting for what the other three will do. And if it jeopardizes his situation there.
I'm wondering if he did set that 110 on the hard compound tyres, because I didn't see how many laps he'd done, whether he just trying out the hard compound tyre or not. You know, if you could have a look at that for us, that'd be fantastic help.
That was Jamie Good, set it on the medium.
So yeah, as we thought, he didn't set it on. He set it on the mediums, not on the hards. He was thinking of going out on the hard, so he set it on the medium. Jake Sorrell, he's in P9. Danny Burt has crashed out. He's still sitting in that P10 with 110.4. Ryan Lear on the mediums, 110.7. He's in the pits at this moment in time. Jack Wilson out on track. Oh no, he's into the pits as well. Cameron Widdowson is out on track. But is this a qualifying time or not? Let's have a look.
Tom Stevens is still driving.
He's obviously trying to scrub those hard compound tyres. No, Cameron Widdowson coming into the pits.
Oh, he's got no gas.
Yeah. Platt out on track at the moment, provisional P2. He's out on the soft compound tyres. Did set a time on the mediums. Not quite to stand he set before. Did set a 109.09. So he's just having a little run there.
I'm looking at John Foster. He's probably going to set a quick lap. He's on the soft tyres.
110.1 at this moment in time. Puts in provisional P7.
Mm.
109.9 puts him up to 6, moves him up 1 place in this Q2 session. Jamie Good coming out now on a fresh set of softs. Gary McKenny into the pits. Jake Sorrell out on the mediums. Tom Stevens has retired. He's happy with that P5 place there. Looks like Jake Sorrell getting himself lined up, doing a practice start there. Trying to get some heat, he's trying to get some heat in those tyres, isn't he?
Yeah, looks like it. He's braking a lot and then hitting the gas or hitting the throttle.
Jake Sorrell now going on a fast lap on those medium compound tyres. Let's see what the Ferrari driver can deliver. He's been doing some good times, certainly in the previous Q. Did take that third place in Q1 with a 109.405. That was on the soft compound tyres, not the mediums that he's on now. Certainly got them well scrubbed, 4 laps on those tyres as it stands at this moment in time.
That's good.
Good one there. Uses the full width of the track. Getting good speed, certainly. It's that DRS. There you see, back wing open up. Comes down to the chicane, 13-14. This could be
that's
a 109, but I think he lost some time there.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. 110.2. So it keeps him in that P9 position. I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that.
Yeah, I think he did it. He didn't feel too confident in the last chicane. That's why he backed off.
Yeah. So Q has come to an end now. So in the drop zone is Ryan Lear at this moment in time. Jack Wilson is as well. Cameron Widdowson coming round now. He's going to try and see if he can better his lap at this moment in time. Ryan Leah and Jack Wilson will be starting in row 6. Cameron Widdowson coming round now. Is he going to push Danny Burt down alongside Ryan Leah and Jack Wilson up another row? No, he's not. So Cameron Widdowson will be starting in row 7, P13. He will be alongside Adrian Rich in the Red Bull. And new driver Ryan Grice will be in P15, row 8. So that is our queue done. Very interesting there, I've got to say. This time, let's see what we can call. Who are you going to call for pole position, Guido?
Platt.
Yeah. I'm going to go. I've got to say, yeah. I'll go with Tom Stevens in that instance, but I've got to say, I do think Dylan was probably going to get it. But I'll go with Tom Stevens. Can't agree. Can't be agreeing. Can't have that.
We agreeing on something.
No, it's the commentators. You can't agree. 2 commentators, they've got to pick different people.
Okay.
No, you're okay. You got Dylan Platt. I've got Tom Stevens. That's what I'm saying. I had to pick Tom Stevens. Don't panic, Guido. Don't panic.
No, I won't panic, but it's
Don't panic. Okay. Don't panic, Mr. Mandarin. Right, okay, so we're now into the final Q3 session to decide the top 10. In this case, we have 9. Why have we got 9? Oh, because Danny Burt crashed out, didn't he? Of course. So even though he did get through in 10, he did crash out. He will be starting in P10 for the start of this race. As I expected, all drivers are on the soft compound tyre. So Danny Burt crashed out. So he won't be able to participate. His car will not be repaired in time for Q3 session. So he'll be starting row 5, P10. Drivers coming out on track already. And, looks like Jamie Good is first man out. And he's followed by Tom Stevens. So Jamie Good in the racing point. First man out on track. And, he's followed by Tom Stevens in that Mercedes. That's my bet for pole. Either going for Dylan Platt. I'm sure Dylan is out on track somewhere. Yeah, he's just coming out of the pits now. So we'll stay with Jamie Good. He'll be the first man to set, hopefully, a lap. Let's see what he can deliver.
I'm wondering what this does, because you got the faster guys. You got normally on the mediums, you got a 1.9 and close to 1.8. And now they're all on softs, so this must mean that there will be some blistering times coming.
Well, are we going to see a 108? I think that's the question.
Yes, we will.
We've seen it already in Q1, obviously, with that 108.975. That was set on the medium tyres by Tom Stevens, but he did have that tow from his teammate, which certainly helped.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So Jamie Good now starting his fast lap. What can the Racing Point driver deliver for this queue?
Oh.
Round 8-9 now. Coming into the third and final sector. 2 DRSs to take advantage of.
Nice. Accelerating in a higher gear so you get more traction.
I just spotted a critical spelling mistake on Jamie's name. It should be an E on the end, but never mind. I'm sure he won't hold it against me. This is a blistering time he's going to set here. Oh, 109.357. Great done there from Jamie Good. Let's have a look at Tom Stevens. And Tom's just come into the pits. Dylan Platt coming round now.
109.5 for the Ferrari.
So Jake Sorrell sits at 109.5. Tony Foster at 109.8. Very close, both Ferraris. Dylan Platt coming down now. And this is going to be... This is looking at 108.
Yeah, 108.
Oh, 108.486. What a fantastic time there from Dylan Platt.
Right. Park the car, park the car.
That is unbelievable. But doesn't qualify though. Didn't time up, so he didn't actually get it. He did set a 108,
no,
but he'd gone off track.
Yeah, you didn't.
We're celebrating it, but he hadn't actually stuck with it, so he hasn't actually set a time. But we know he's certainly capable. Oh, doesn't want to be bouncing off those barriers, that's for sure.
I think he made some damage now.
I think he may have damaged his front left. Not too sure. Let's have a look, see him around here. Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's lost it. Left the end plate has gone, so he's going to have to come into the pits. He's got time, fortunately. It won't take too long. It's just a nose change, effectively, they'll go for there. But not what he wanted to be doing. Gary McKenny set to 109.7 in the McLaren. Tony Foster in the pits, we know. He set at 109.8. His teammate 109.5. Ross Milburn coming out. Dylan Platt coming in. Tom Stevens out on his outlap at this moment in time. Got just under 7 minutes remaining of this queue. Winding up now for his fast lap, Tom Stevens. He's underway. What can a Mercedes driver bring to the party?
Nice, give him the room. That's what I like to see.
He's using the full width of the track. I know, you know.
Oh, that could be invalidation.
He has, I think.
Yeah.
Has he invalidated it?
Yeah. He's pulling back.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? Invalidation?
Invalidated.
Yeah. Invalidated. Yeah, people somewhat have to excuse me because obviously my English is not always.
It's certainly better than most people's Dutch, let's put it like that.
Rechter buitenspiegel. Remember that.
What's that?
Rechter buitenspiegel.
Rechter buitenspiegel. Don't laugh.
You sound like a German.
Ja, das ist gut, ja. Mein Gott, Mercedes are winning. Sorry, apologies to any German viewers. That's just, you know. Unfortunately, that's a misspent youth watching World War II movies where all German characters spoke like that.
Oh, we watched Allo Allo all the time in my youth. So that's a cross between German, French, and
a bit of
English.
Pidgin English, as they call it. So Callum White doesn't set a time. Tom Stevens doesn't set a time. Sean Street still to set a time. Dylan Platt is on a fresh out lap. Now, we know he can deliver in the 108s. Let's see if he can do it without exceeding the track limit. But it's easy to do on this track, isn't it? I mean, for me, my Achilles heel was turn 3. Just cutting it that little bit too much in turn 3.
It is. Yes, I have to say I had 2 penalties. So I had 6-second time penalty for that. No, I had 4 warnings and obviously 6 seconds penalty. Yeah. And it was, I think, on those turns.
Yeah, turn 3 is always my Achilles heel. Turn 3, I just cut it that little bit too much. And I think Dylan's gone off. Oh, and Tom's retired. Tom's gone off. Where's Tom gone off?
He's driven it into the barrier.
Ooh, that's not good. Was that on the pit entry?
Yeah.
Oh, that is definitely not good. Now, that could seriously affect him. We will see. Dylan Platt out on track at this moment in time. Not a fast lap at all. He's got his ERS about 90%, I'd say, so I suspect he's going for it again. Got time remaining to do that. Is happening here? Can Dylan deliver? Good sector 2 time there, and it's looking good. I've got to say, Guido, I don't know if you've got any telemetry data for us, but this is looking good.
Well, he's obviously got the TRS. Ooh.
Oh, this is fast. This is a.
Oh. That was millimeter work.
This is
on the right side.
108.299, and it sticks. Better as that previous 108 by 2/10. Sets a 108.298. That is a phenomenal. I mean, that's a second faster than provisional second place Jamie Good at this moment in time. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, and the thing I really would have wanted to see, it was Tom Stevens. See what he would deliver. But somehow he drove the thing in the wall.
Well, Dylan Platt sets that fastest time. Looks like you won that one, Guido.
Yes. And again on Canada.
Well, it's not over yet. Still a minute 30 remaining. We still do have a number of cars out on track. Sean Street, Callum White, both on their out laps. Callum White coming down back straight now, trying to get some heat in his tyres. Got to be careful. Seen people stick it in the barrier before doing that. Here he comes now. Callum White starting his fast lap. Callum needs to save the day for the Mercedes team. Can he bring it? Can he do it here in Canada? Well, we did see him set a 109.4. Can he better that? He needs to better it by more than the second though, doesn't he?
So far what I have seen in the races before is that with these bunch of guys, it is doable. These guys are so fast. And if you got the rhythm on a track like this, no telling what you can do.
I've got to say, Guido, I do agree with you. And I often talk to, because Adrian obviously drives this as well. He is driving, as we know, for Red Bull here in Canada. Co-commentates with me on a Thursday night for the Netherlands League. And I often say to him that a track is almost, it is, you know, a circuit is like a musical track. You have to learn the way the music plays, and it's got a lot to do with that. Oh, did clip the barrier there, I'm sure. But sets a 108.77, puts him in provisional second place.
Unbelievable.
What a fantastic run there from Callum
And he did
White.
make a few mistakes.
He did. Let's
So
see.
if he, obviously the key
Sean
was gone.
Street. That was a fantastic run there.
Yeah, if he had a clean run, he might well have been. No, I don't think he would have been faster, but he would have been a lot closer.
I'll tell you what, Sean Street is looking good here. He's looking good for a 109, certainly might get into the 108s. Good exit. Oh, 109.6. Good run there from Sean Street. That puts him up into the third row, P6.
Oh, Ferrari very close to the wall.
Jake Sorrell coming round now. Oh, and he bends it, gets up into the
place.
second row.
Another
P3. Great run there from Jake Sorrell in the Ferrari. Puts himself up in that second row. Very important. P3. Great run from him.
So that 5 is coming my way then?
Sorry, that what?
That 5er.
Nah, sorry, my hearing's gone all of a sudden. Don't know why. Your mic's cutting out really badly,
That's
Guido.
what it is.
Yeah, really badly. I just didn't catch it. Dylan Platt for Alfa Romeo takes the pole with a 108.298. Alongside him will be Callum White in the Mercedes. Second row P3, Jake Sorrell in the Ferrari. Alongside him will be the Racing Point of Jamie Good with an E. Row 3, Tony Foster, P5. Alongside him will be Sean Street in the Racing Point. So another Ferrari Racing Point, same as in row 2. That's quite something, isn't it? Got the Racing Points right up there with the Ferraris. Rows 2 and 3. There's going to be a bit of battling going on there, I feel, Guido.
Yeah. It's always wicked. The first piece of this track with all the cars in the first corners is going to be wild, and then when they set their place and they go behind each other, and then stuff will happen. But I don't know.
Well, we've got a 3-minute break before the guys ready up, so they can do their final pit stops. So that's something we're bringing in for the UK guys. They can't stand the pace. They need to void themselves of liquids before the race.
Yeah.
So that they don't during the race. And interestingly enough, people might be scratching their heads. Why did Adrian Rich start at the back? Why was he so heavily penalised in Monaco when he actually scored points? And the reason for that was cramp, wasn't it, Guido?
Yeah, that's true. He had cramps.
Yep, he had cramp, so much so that he had to actually go off. And because of the nature of the track, especially Monaco, and if it's going to be any track, it's going to be Monaco, because you can't constantly... If ever any of you drive in real world and have never driven in heavy stop-start traffic, you'll know exactly what Adrian was suffering from. But unfortunately, he went onto the AI 3 times, which is why he suffered that penalty. So cramp or not, you're not allowed to do that, are you?
Yeah, you're allowed to go into if you want to use the AI for a toilet or emergencies or whatever. You can go into the pits. There you put the thing on AI. And you keep it running until you're done.
Yep.
So it stays on. It lets you go. How'd you say that? The time that you spend in the pits.
Yeah.
Will give you a disadvantage to the rest.
Yeah, exactly. Rather than staying out on track, and it's important that because a lot of racers, obviously, when they have AI, the car actually goes transparent, so even though you can see it on the track, you can actually drive through it. Not in the case of F1 tonight. That car on AI is very, very solid indeed, isn't it?
Yeah, I had on Thursday, we had the race as well in Canada, and Sander Hermans was cut out of the game because of code masters or I don't know, an internet problem. And his car went onto AI. I was trying to keep Nicky behind me. Yeah. And his AI got in my way and almost pushed me off the track because the AI is set off quite differently than the ones in 2018. Yeah. They're more aggressive than the 2018 AIs.
Indeed. So, and that can obviously lead to issues and problems. But it's another obstacle. I mean, it's all part and parcel. Obviously, what we try to do here in F1 tonight is try and keep it as real as we possibly can within the realms of what can be achieved within sim racing. We hope that you're certainly enjoying it, and I can guarantee you we're going to be in for a very, very interesting race indeed here at Canada, aren't we?
Yeah, it's going to be a great race.
It's going to be one hell of a one. So do stay tuned. The drivers will be getting underway, I think, in about the next 30 seconds or thereabouts. So, just to remind you, in case you may have forgotten, this is F1 Tonight UK. Racing here on a Tuesday evening from 7:30 UK time, 8:30 Central European time. This week, this Tuesday, we are here for the 7th race of Season 1 in Canada, the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. And on Thursday night, we will be joining our F1 Tonight Netherlands compatriots. And they will be racing in France, which, funnily enough, is named after another French driver, isn't it?
Paul Ricard.
Indeed. Paul Ricard it is. So, leading the way, P1, Dylan Platt. Alongside him will be the Mercedes of Callum White. I keep saying Cameron, don't know why, but there you go, Callum White. Then, in row 2, P3 is Jake Sorrell. Then we have the Racing Point of Jamie Good alongside him in P4. Row 3 is Tony Foster in P5. Alongside him will be the other Racing Point of Sean Street. Then we have row 4, P7, Gary McKenny in the McLaren. Alongside him will be Ross Milburn in the Toro Rosso. Then, out of place somewhat, in P9 there is Tom Stevens. He's in row 5. Alongside him will be Danny Burt in the Haas. Row 6, P11. Also, I'd say somewhat out of place there is Ryan Lear in the Alfa Romeo. Alongside him will be the new driver, Jack Wilson. Then we have Cameron Widdowson in the Renault, he's in P13. Alongside him will be Adrian Rich in the Red Bull. Then we have Sean Gregory in the Toro Rosso, and bringing up the rear is the new driver of Ryan Grice.
You want to make that